עם kabarim. Eden magnet.
Yes. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we will have to speak about this very emotional lesbian movie actually called Housekeeping for Beginners. But before we get into further details and actually speak about the whole relationship that happened between Dita and Sauda, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you have also watched the movie, please let me know your personal feedback on it because I feel like this movie is super good. And if you haven't watched it, I would highly 100% recommend you all to do so. So let's get right into it. So the movie is a comedy drama from Macedonia, and it actually got a 7 out of a 10 rating, and it's available to watch on Apple TV and Peacock. The movie follows the journey of a lesbian couple named Dita and Sauda. Dita never wanted to be a mother, but she finds herself complete to raise her girlfriend's two daughters. Sauda was diagnosed with an illness that had no cure for her case, so she actually was preparing, her passing. But it was a very difficult, moment for Dita and Sauda because they keep this secret from the kids because they didn't want them to worry, and also because they was looking out for new doctors to hoping that in this case Sauda would have a cure and they could actually do the treatment. But for Sauda case, she actually knew that, that was her last days, and it was just a very hard moment for her and her partner Dita to overcome it and just to see what's gonna be next because they both was facing a reality that Sauda was gonna leave them. So basically, Sauda has two daughters. One is a teenager and the other one is actually a baby girl. So when Sauda knew that she was gonna pass away, she basically asked Dita to be the mother for her children. And of course, Sauda also had the conversations, with her children in order to let her know from now on you call Dita mother because she knew, since they are not legally married, if, the government and everybody found out that in this case Sauda passed away, that, in this case, that she can actually lose her kids and nobody will be there to take care of the kids because the biological father is not in this case in the kid's life. So the only way they could basically make sure that Dita keeps the kids is by her basically pretending to be their mother so that, the kids don't get taken away from them. So there was a very hard process, especially for the teenage girl because she always wanted, Dita to be her mother and just take on this role in order to protect them because she's also a very rebellious teenager. For her detail and her journey, I will highly recommend you also watch the movie. So after Sauda passed away, that's when things really started to get intense. At the same time, they were grieving, they were trying to make sense of all, but now it was time for them to actually go and do the paperwork so that in this case, Dita can become like the stepmother of, in this case, her daughters. So they actually end up asking another guy that was also living with them, whose name is Tito, if I'm not mistaken, to basically be like the biological father, and it will be like, Dita is married to him so that she can become like the stepmother, and they can raise the kids together. So they had to actually go through an illegal process in order to obtain papers. At the beginning, you can actually see that Tito, in this case, he was against it. He's actually a gay man. He was against it because he knew that he can get in a lot of trouble for it. But at the same time, because of the girl, the baby girl that everybody loves, he has decided to take that risk, which was also a very difficult process for him because he knew he's not a father and now he's going to take on a fake role to protect the girls, so it was just a whole situation. So in this case, Dita and Tito have decided to get married, and also because in this case, Dita and Tito, they are actually very good friends for years. They live together, they have their own journey, so it was just easier for them to make it happen. It would be more believable in this case. So as the movie go on, you can actually see that in this case, Sauda's elder daughter, she was going through a whole phase. Dita was having a lot of issues in being a mother, in how to educate them on how to, let them know like, hey, your mom is not here, but I am here. And also at the same time, Dita was grieving the passing of the love of her life. So it was just a lot going on. And then later on, of course, Tito and Dita, they got married, they got the paper signed. So at this point, the daughter was legally, registered, as Dita being the stepmother. So there was also a whole process that they showcase how they go through. And then the elder daughter, she got into a lot of trouble, of just being in the wrong circles, putting herself into things that she had no business putting herself into. The little girl, she was still trying to make sense of why does she has to call, in this case, Tito father, knowing that Dita loves Sauda, and also still understanding the passing of her mother. So it's just a whole situation. And you can also see that when Dita and Sauda, they were still, together as a couple, when Sauda was still alive, you can see that the last months of their relationship was very, very heartbroken. They never actually spent time together, just them, because they were just trying to find a way on how can Sauda get better. And you can also see that Dita was over obsessive in getting a cure for Sauda, but Sauda somehow knew that she wouldn't make it out of it, and she was just so sad that at some point that she couldn't spend more time with the woman who actually takes care of her and her daughters. So the beginning of the movie, the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, is actually, them telling the story of Dita and Sauda, how they were just trying, to make this whole process that they were gonna go through work. These deep conversations that they were having also shows the trouble that this disease of Sauda basically caused in their relationship. It caused them to distance themselves from each other a lot. And then after that, it was in the second part of the movie is actually the grieving part where Sauda passed away, where everybody was going through their own motions, where everybody was just very, very like not themselves. And then it comes the third part of the movie was like them coming together, doing the paperwork and just trying to figure out a way how not to lose the two daughters, because that was Sauda's only wish, is that for Dita to become the kid's mother, because she knew that Dita was the best person in charge, in order to take care of her daughters. And then the fourth part of the movie was actually when, in this case, Sauda's daughter was starting to get in a lot of trouble. And then the last part of the movie is actually where, they finally found a way, to have balance and basically understanding of what was going on. And also, Dita was very honest with Sauda's elder daughter and basically told her, I don't know how to be a mother. I never wanted to be a mother. I never was planning on becoming a mother. But now that I'm in the situation and I'm doing this for the love of my life, I really hope that me and you, we can have a mutual understanding. And I just want you to know that I only have your best interest. So there was also some kind of understanding towards her elder daughter to let her know that she's there to help her and not to harm her. Because in this case, Dita's elder daughter didn't want nothing to do with Sauda. She just kind of had a kind of hate towards her. So it was something very, very difficult at the beginning. And I would highly recommend you also go ahead and go watch the movie. Once again, it's called Housekeeping for Beginners. This movie is good, and you guys can watch it once again on Apple TV and Peacock. I promise it won't disappoint at all. It's just very, very good. I will highly rate it an 8 out of a 10. So yes, guys, I have also activated the super stickers to the channel. Just in case any of you would like to make a small donation, it will actually help us out a lot when it comes to taking things to the next level. And I also want to say, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I really hope you all have enjoyed this video. I really hope you all go ahead and go watch this movie. I promise it won't disappoint. Until the next video, and goodbye.